It's one of the greatest comeback stories in any sport in history. Well, he's not just leading, AK is running away with it. It's a tale of redemption, sobriety, mental fortitude, and the strength of love and family, and the banishing of demons.
Love you. I see you in a little bit. You kiss.
All right, walk me through these checkpoints again. So show me, so this three-piece drill.
Shoulder
Turning your
turn.
lever. Yep.
Shift my weight.
When you're shifting it, right, you're doing it, you're delaying opening up, right? So you don't rotate as early. Excellent. See that foot rolling?
Yeah,
And you see how that shaft,
it's close.
see how it's pointed a little more out as opposed to, across? He has had kind of a tendency of lifting the club and using his hands a lot on the takeaway instead of turning. So we're trying to increase his turn, get his hands deeper, where he's played his best from historically, and just shallow out the angle of attack and make the path a little less across so he has more range. Really monitoring that takeaway to where it's more, more of a turn as opposed to a lift with the arms and hands. We're looking for consistency and patterns, right? Predictable patterns are the key to this, and we're getting a lot more predictable now.
When I came back to golf, I really wasn't planning on working with a coach because I had so many things that I was terrible at and the rust, and I didn't think that I needed somebody to help me immediately, but
You didn't have shoes.
yeah, I didn't have golf gloves, I didn't have golf shirts, and I ended up going to Madison Club to get ready for Live when we were still doing the contract negotiations, and Matt and I started talking. I asked him to film a few swings and just give me what he thought I needed to work on first, as I was brand new to the game again. And he shot some stuff. He gave me a couple ideas of what his opinions were on what I should be working on. The setup, I think I go back to that a lot. But maybe that's why a bunch of coaches shouldn't be coaches. Because I don't think they tell them the simple stuff that really gets you on the right path to getting better, right? They're like fixing your swing as opposed to looking at the biggest problem.
Well, I'd say it's like building a house, right? You want to have a good stable foundation. I read this article about this high rise in New York, right? That they skimped on the foundation. So they've got this massive, I don't know how many billions of dollars it is, right? That they're about to have to knock down.
Yeah.
So the shiny stuff doesn't always do the trick. Now the shiny stuff's fun, right? When you get to see that improvement in the shot shape that maybe you didn't have, that's all exciting. But having a solid foundation, and you know this, as a kid, right? Didn't you spend a lot of time making sure your fundamentals and your checkpoints were good there? You have to have the right starting point. Really good, dude.
Whatever that one was, I need to do that. It looks like I know what the fuck I'm doing.
It's in there. We've been getting better and better, slow and steady.
A lot of the people that would want to learn something from this is that to get better, and if you're really trying to get better, whether it's junior or amateurs or you're just playing at the club, it's important that you're willing to take a step back. I hit so many shots that were fat or skanky over the last 2 days. It's been awful to feel that, but at the same time, I know that we're working on the right things to not just get half a shot better, but 3 shots better 6 months down the line. You have to be willing to put that work in to get to that point.
But one of your biggest attributes is that you're willing to do it, like the three-piece drills and doing them slow. You're very disciplined in that regard, and not everybody is, right? So I have to make sure when I'm working with somebody that they understand that and that they're also willing to do it, right?
Right. I told Matt yesterday, before he got out here, and I got here a little early, I wasn't going to make a full swing and just do the drills, the three-piece drill that we're doing right now. till he got here. And, you know, those 80 balls, and it's frustrating because you want to make the full swing because you know that's what you're going to be playing on the course. But if you don't do these drills and have that trust in somebody else's eyes that's helping you, you're not going to get better. A lot of people think if they're swinging it properly and doing all the things that they worked on, that's going to be a good score. And that's not it at all, because the times that I played well was maybe average to below average ball striking, but I got the ball in the hole. There were some weeks
it's
where
called
I
managing your game.
Yeah.
We're not chasing the pictures on the video. The video is telling us and showing us, it's not telling us anything, but it's giving us a reference of what you're doing, right? But nobody gets paid based on that. We need to get the ball in the hole in less amount of shots.
Shit,
Like,
I wish we did. I wish we did.
we're getting there. But that management of your game is what's changed so much over the last 2 years, right? You've been progressing, getting better, but you have the ability now to know it, you know, be a little more disciplined on the golf course. You're disciplined on the range, but let's keep that same discipline when you play.
Because to get where we're at right now, it's taken us, you know, over a year, right? Like to actually work on the swing as opposed to just the setup, which was terrible, as you know.
Right. Well, you had to start over. I
Yeah.
mean, you completely didn't know any baseline ideas. You had a lot of questions, you know. But what you said about the process is something that is one of the most important pieces in any aspect of life, right? We have to fall in love with the process, and the results come to some degree. We got to believe in the process, but the process is really where I think you get the joy from. You love this grind, and right, your motto, 1% better. Like, you are putting in the time and you've documented it, right?
Yeah.
You hit so many golf balls and you're so determined that I think that's more inspirational for people than anything else. You know, and I'm not patting you on the back. I mean, we need to go get some trophies.
Yeah.
But
Well, they can keep their trophy. I want the check. I'll be honest with you.
how much are you mentally going through this and looking at the videos and the audio that we've been doing just for reminders? How much of your time is spent doing that when you're not here?
Well, as a former addict, I think now I've been addicted to trying to get better at golf. And so starting from where I started from to now, I'm able to just pour 100% focus. So I want it to be second nature to what, just keep thinking about what you're doing. So when I get out here, I don't have another choice but to think about the three-piece takeaway, right?
And we're going to have to slowly wean you off of looking at those videos nonstop.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're not chasing the look. We're chasing the process and making it natural. Because you're such a perfectionist that I think you're going to keep on digging in and digging in. You don't want to keep rattling those thoughts up. These are all really nice.
I mean, those feel pure. Once I saw the progression of my game, I thought it was important to bring somebody in that I thought knew how to coach the game, not just teach golf swing and positions, but how to coach the golf game. As you saw earlier, we don't just talk about at this position or this point in the swing, you need to be here. Rather, hey, when you're in a tournament situation, what are you doing? How are you approaching the shot? When it's not going well, when you don't feel comfortable with your swing, what are you doing? And Matt's great at that. I'm obviously very thankful that we're working together, because I think as I'm getting better, he's able to give me more information.
Really good. I think a really good quote, Tom Brady said this to me. He's like, every practice was a Super Bowl. So like when he got there, it wasn't any different. Everything was the same intensity level. And I think that's how you enjoy practicing. That's your mindset. I mean, we'll occasionally laugh and, have a joke or take a little break, but you're very focused. And that process, focus on the process is what's going to get us that result.
The tournament is the fun part where you get to kind of show what you've done. But
yeah, that's show off mode.
But as far as the grind out here, I think you should nitpick at details till you get a week or two before the tournament, and then you start focusing on what you're talking about.
I think it's important too, though, right? Like right now, we're doing more mechanical type of practice. If you want to go compete, if you want to win in Riyadh, you need to be doing performance practice, right? So we're getting this part of it right, then we're competing for that win, for that last putt. That's where we're headed with this. That's real good. Why don't you take a little breather?
Okay. As we work together, we're not working to finish 20th, 30th, 5th. Matt's a perfectionist. I'm somewhat of a perfectionist in that I want to get my swing dialed in. I want to dominate. I want to compete to win trophies and big checks, even the Adam Sandler type checks. But I'm there to win. I don't think Matt wants to be helping somebody that doesn't have that goal. That should always be the goal, is to win golf tournaments, to be the best.
But the process is how you get there.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
you know, don't you think it's really important too, the self-belief that you have and the belief that you know that I have in you? Like at your lowest point, did I ever say like, I don't know, like we never wavered, and we're not going to. I didn't care where you were playing or what you were doing, as long as you were staying on track with the process.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Matt, because even when I got relegated from Live, we talked right after, maybe a week after, just because I was, you know, there was disappointment, there was embarrassment, there's all those things, but that's part of becoming a winner, is you go through those moments and you find out who you really are.
Right.
And Matt was like, I don't care where you play, you're going to get back to where you belong, and I'm going to help you get there. So that belief, and obviously beyond coaching, we're friends. So he's helped me in many other aspects of my life, and obviously lucky to have him as my coach, and looking forward to a lot of success. Oh, that is trash.
Were you thinking mechanical there, or were you?
To be honest, I zoned out.
Okay, I can
think.
tell. But that's why I'm asking you. You talk to me, I'll quit talking so you can do it, but just really focus in here.
Okay.
I think it's playing more like 73 or 4 yards.
Okay.
How important is it, do you think, that you recognize when it's zoned out or it's bad shot?
I think most of my bad shots are from zoning out.
Right, so you get why I've been, you know, just from this session alone, if somebody was watching this, they wouldn't be quite as aware of how much routine and behind the ball work that I've tried to get you to focus on.
Right.
Right, because I want you to have a picture of that shot. Remember, you have to have clear intent, full commitment for us to judge good or bad, but that's great self-awareness, because if you're zoned out, like, there's no reason to be looking at swing videos. All right, you got 35 yards to it. To the front of it is 30. What kind of shot are you seeing here first?
A little bit higher. I would never hit a low one here.
No, you would not.
Aim it just inside that light blue one. That was actually pretty good. Just flew too far.
You do a practice swing with a little bit more feel, of like you're just, you can even close your eyes, but feel the distance, or get just a little more. You still look a little mechanical to me, so let's just get your touch. Changes that result up quite a bit. All right, now this one, if you had to get this, it has to be on the green and inside of 10 feet to win. What shot are you hitting?
I'm going high. And that's over the green.
You got it up and down for a playoff.
That was
That's
money.
really good there. Almost made it. But look, when you're doing this, and you tell me how you feel about this, but I don't think that there's enough intent. Like you're hitting these like they're too quick, right? Like I want you to actually, I want you to give it like it's your Super Bowl on a couple of these shots, right? So what would you do differently in a tournament than you're doing currently? Let me move these out of your way. Like you say, you're getting all the way behind it. Like if we're going to judge it, I want to see that full intent, like to that level of commitment level. Now look, did you kind of get what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
Like I know that's harder for you, but I really want to flip the gears and do that more, because you've got to practice your routine just like you would your swing. And I feel like we did that really good for a while, and the more we dig in, we're making the swing so much better, and you're hitting such higher quality shots when you do it right. But I really want to make sure you don't lose. You don't want to get out there to Riyadh and go, okay, where's that switch at? We're going to flip. Where do I find it, right? So let's make sure some of our practices, if we're performance and we're judging you, I need it to be your Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Right.
Good. You realize you didn't do it the whole way. I'm going to let you hit these and not talk to you, but I want to see 3 like this. How do you feel about that? Now your brain's like you're getting positive reinforcement, and you did put the pressure of it being important. You get so caught up in making the swing changes, right? You know, if you're going to judge it, it's got to be like a tournament.
Right.
And you got to learn to separate between the performance and the mechanical. So when you said it's good to use like your time wisely, those first few shots you hit, like we couldn't really judge form, right? Because they have that kind of intent. Those look like one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
Those first few, you're like, oh, long lost it. Like, well, if you hit it that fast in a tournament, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, did you even get the feel for it?
The problem was probably because I was practicing that way too, but I was doing that in tournaments.
Okay.
Where I would have a shot that I know I can hit easily, and I'd blow it over the green or leave it short. And obviously that's going to happen, but not.
But if
I can't let it be because I was practicing.
Because you're skipping steps.
Right.
Okay. So I mean, I'm not trying to make this harder on you. You know, we did this in at Costa Terra in Portugal. But remember how much routine stuff we did? Where I was like, all right, every one of these, come behind it, pick your start line.
Yep.
So I don't want to make the swing look better, and you hit better shots, but we don't get the result we want.
Right.
Okay. So we really got to separate these two pieces, and it's really, really important. And I've noticed that when we go more mechanical, we get away from this. That's why earlier when you were hitting, I said, if we're going to judge you, like, do it like it's really important so we can actually spot the mistake. You see what I'm saying? There's no excuse to not do your routine perfectly 100% on every shot in a tournament, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'd like you to give me for sure. We can do that. You only lose if you give up.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So, and I know your talent level. And then the key is just getting you to tap into it and keep enjoying this journey you're on. Right, at the end of the day, the golf is a byproduct of, like, you have such a great life. You've got amazing family. You've got really close, good friends. I mean, there's more to life than golf. But the process in all of this is so relevant to anybody.
Yeah, I promised myself I would never give up because one day my daughter's going to hear my story and be proud of her dad regardless of what happens, as long as I just keep grinding. Appreciate that.
Love you, brother.
Love you, man.
Thank you.
What a week. Still hard to put into words what last week meant. It wasn't just about winning the golf tournament, but proving to myself that if you believe in God, if you trust yourself, believe in yourself, that anything is possible. But I definitely need to say thank you to everyone that supported me, my inner circle, my wife, my daughter, for being my inspiration and my motivation to get up every day, get 1% better. Hopefully be winning some more trophies again soon. Thank you guys.